New York City, thousands of people are already in Times Square ready to watch the annual New Year's Eve ball drop. That's despite some rain in tonight's forecast.
Yeah, the event expected to be at capacity for the first time since the start of the COVID-19 pandemic. Chris Wen now has more from the Big Apple.
On this New Year's Eve, New York City welcomes the world for a long-standing tradition dating back more than a century.
It's been on our list to do for a long time. It's something that we've wanted to do, me and my partner.
Crowds have gathered in Times Square, all to catch a glimpse of the Waterford Crystal Ball as it descends on 2023. Security top of mind as the NYPD aims to keep people safe.
You will see thousands of uniformed police officers out there on post, in addition to the many officers assigned to their regular duties of patrolling all of our neighborhoods.
The Times Square Alliance tested out the ball drop ahead of the big show, which they say will be seen by more than 1 billion people across the globe. Celebrity chef Emeril Lagasse among those who will be flipping the switch at midnight.
I think all of us are a little ready to flip the page on 22 and then some, so I'm really excited.
The celebration, a full return to normalcy after 2 years of scaled back events because of the COVID-19 pandemic.
There's no other moment like it where we all come together, counting down in unison, filled with hope and love for the future.
Revelers coming from near and far to celebrate the start of a new year.
We wanted to do something different and enjoy the freedom of being with people.
In New York City, I'm Chris Wen.
And make sure to tune in tonight for Dick Clark's New Year's Rockin' Eve with Ryan Seacrest right here on ABC. That show will be split in two, and in between will be our Night Beat newscast, which will be tonight only from 9 to 9:30.
And let's take a peek outside with live cam as we wind down the final hours of 2022. It was a hot one. It was a dry one. And that's basically, well, maybe we'll see something better in 2023. Maybe some rain. That's what I'm wishing.
Yeah, exactly, right, as we head into the new year. The good news is, at least for New Year's Eve plans, not going to have anything really messing with those plans. It is warmer than average out there today, but we've seen mostly clear skies for the most part, plenty of sunshine. We're in the 70s right now, but thanks to those mostly clear skies, temperatures fall into the mid-60s by 7 p.m., near 60 by 9 p.m., and if you're staying up late, by the time the clock strikes midnight, we'll be in the mid-50s here in town. We'll talk a little bit more about tonight, plus the humidity that increases for our New Year's Day after the break.
Well, if we're not going to have any rain, it might as well be nice outside, and we've had several days of that.
Absolutely. Yeah, we had some drier air that mixed in yesterday, added to that comfortableness factor when you do step outdoors. That still is in place for the most part here this Saturday, but that's going to change as we head into New Year's Day tomorrow, which honestly could lead to some areas of patchy fog overnight tonight and early tomorrow morning. So we'll talk all about it, but first, a look at these conditions outside. If you're fixing to step out for any New Year's Eve plans, dew point of around 43, so there's that slightly drier air still in place. We've had mostly clear skies also on hand for a good portion of the day today. Just a few clouds out there on live cam. Temperature sitting at 76 officially here in town this 5 p.m. hour at 74 in Bulverde, as well as comfort 76 in Rio Medina, 77 in Port SA, in the low 80s still in Pleasanton. We have seen a few spots been able to climb into the low 80s earlier this afternoon, so a warmer than average way to wrap up 2022. But speaking of which, if you are staying out late to ring in the new year later tonight, we'll see those temperatures work their way into the upper 50s by 10 p.m. Still mostly clear skies in the works here in San Antonio, in the mid 50s by the time the clock strikes midnight, and we likely will start to see some haze develop here in town, especially after all of those fireworks get going. As we head into the early morning hours of our Sunday, what we're going to find, though, increasing humidity, and that's going to continue throughout our New Year's Day. And what that essentially means for us here in South Central Texas, not for all of us, but especially those in the coastal plains, and then even stretching northward to the I-35 corridor, some areas of patchy fog could develop by sunrise tomorrow morning. So that is just something to think about if you are planning on stepping out the door early. Maybe give yourself a little bit of extra time to get to where you need to be, and be careful out there on the roadways as we head into Sunday afternoon. Though that morning cloud cover and that fog does look to break up a little bit more and lead way to more peaks of sunshine. Temperature wise, we'll start off in the 50s for the most part early tomorrow, around 51 here in town, 50 in Comfort, stretching over to Hondo, 55 in Floresville, that wake up temperature tomorrow. And then as we start to see some of that morning cloud cover break up just a little bit more, those temperatures continue to warm around 62 by 11 a.m., 65 by lunchtime, and then yet another warmer than average day takes us into the first day of 2023. Those afternoon highs once again do look to warm into the 70s across a good portion of the area, especially where we find some of that sunshine a little bit earlier in the day. Across our southern counties, we could see those temperatures climb into the upper 70s yet again. And really warmer than average temperatures do continue as we head into the first half of the upcoming week. On Monday, though, we are looking at some areas of patchy fog, but also some drizzle. There's an area of low pressure that is approaching the west coast, more widespread rain and even some snow across California. That's going to track eastward here over the next 24 to 48 hours. And as it does so, it's also going to drag a front into our neck of the woods Monday evening and into Monday night. But before we can get there, yes, some areas of drizzle and fog expected for the Monday morning drive. Maybe an isolated storm in our far eastern counties throughout the second half of the day on Monday as that front approaches. We'll keep eyes on that. Again, temperatures in the 70s Tuesday and Wednesday, but another reinforcing push of some cooler air arrives by midweek, and then temperatures fall into the 60s for Thursday and Friday, guys.
Any drizzle will be welcome in my yard.
There you go.
Certainly could start things off a lot worse in 2020.
We definitely could. It's beautiful out.
All right, Larry, the Spurs not getting the night off. They'll be working, hoping to make some fireworks of their own against the Mavs.
Yeah, tonight the Spurs will get to see Luka Doncic for the first time this season. He's a one-man wrecking crew coming off back-to-back triple-doubles. Plus, in the NFL, Micah Parsons, the Dallas Cowboys, has just one sack in his last 5 games. He'll explain why coming up.
Come out and stick to the game plan. I mean, Luka's a great player. He's going to hit shots, but we just try to contain him as much as possible, and and go in there and get the win.
Tonight, Keldon and the Spurs had the task of defending Mavs superstar Luka Doncic, who's coming off back-to-back triple-doubles on game day. The Spurs will close out 2022 at home tonight with the Dallas Mavericks, who are riding a season-best 5-game winning streak. Silver and Black are coming off a nice win Thursday night when they beat the New York Knicks 122-115. In that game, Romeo Langford started for Devin Vassell, who sat out with left knee soreness, and Langford responded with a career-high 23 points. And it looks like he could start again tonight with Devin officially out due to knee soreness. Now, also in that contest, Keldon Johnson picked up 2 quick fouls in the first 2 minutes of the game, so he was subbed out and watched the rest of the first quarter from the bench. Still, Johnson went on to lead the Spurs with a team-high 30 points in 32 minutes, 11 of those coming in the fourth quarter. So how did he keep himself in the game after getting in early foul trouble?
Just staying with it, we were short. We didn't have Devin tonight, so I know I had to stay locked in and just keep going. Don't let it keep me from being aggressive and keep playing good defense. Because my team, I owe it to my teammates and my coaches to go out there and give everything I got.
Here's the matchup for you tonight. The Mavs at the Spurs coming up at 6, and we'll have those highlights in postgame tonight at 9 because the night beat will air earlier due to New Year's Eve programming. In women's college basketball, UTSA hosting UAB today. Fourth quarter, Cindy Love sinks her 5th three-pointer, tying this at 66. She led UTSA with 23 points. Her 5 threes made are the most by a Roadrunner this season. Closing seconds now tied at 68. Jordan Jenkins is good from downtown with 8.8 seconds to go, and that's your game winner. UTSA ends the year with their first conference victory, 71-68. In college football, the Sugar Bowl between number 5 Alabama and 9th-ranked Kansas State kicked off college football on this Saturday. First quarter, the deuce is loose. Wildcats running back Deuce Vaughn finds a hole, then takes the ball 88 yards to the house, diving in at the end, and the Cats go up 10-0. He had 22 carries for 133 33 yards. Now, Bama took charge after that behind quarterback Bryce Young. Second quarter, Young to Jermaine Burton, who wrestles the ball away from the defender, 12-yard touchdown, and Bama leads 21-10. That's your halftime score. Early third quarter, Young fakes the handoff, then goes over the top to Ja'Cory Brooks for an over-the-shoulder touchdown catch, 32 yards to make it 28-10 Crimson Tide. They reeled off 35 straight points, and the Crimson Tide win the Sugar Bowl 45-20. Young passed for 321 yards and 5 touchdowns, and he was named game MVP.
Doing everything I can to help the team out. This was such a huge opportunity, I feel like, for us as a team. Like Coach said, to try to prove something, and for us to finish this season the right way means a lot. So, whatever comes after that, that's out of my hands. But I'm just happy we were able to win, and I was able to play again with my guys.
The CFP semifinals are underway. Number 2 TCU and third-ranked Michigan are playing in the Fiesta Bowl, and TCU leads 21-9 in the third quarter. We'll have more tonight at 9. And the second CFP semifinal goes down tonight at 7 at Mercedes-Benz Stadium between number 4 Ohio State and number 1 Georgia. The Dogs are favored by 5.
Pro football coverage powered by Davis Law Firm.
The Houston Texans will go for their second straight win tomorrow afternoon when they host the Jacksonville Jaguars at NRG Stadium. The Texans won at the Titans last week, 19-14. Now the Jags enter this game riding a 3-game winning streak and will have a shot to win the AFC South next week when they host the Titans. So not only are the Texans trying to win 2 in a row, they're also trying for their first home win this season, on top of trying to beat Jacksonville for the 10th straight time.
Definitely. I mean, it's mentioned throughout the week. It's hard to beat a team once. I mean, we've beaten the Jags 9 times in a row at this point. We're excited for the opportunity to make it 10.
Last chance to get a home win. So it would mean a lot. Last time for us to play in front of our home fans, all of that. We're aware of that too. And as to where you want to end the season, I'm talking about as far as the home schedule at least.
Houston will host Jayville tomorrow at noon, and the Jags are favored by 3. And the Dallas Cowboys' 27-13 win at Tennessee Thursday night. Star linebacker Micah Parsons had 1 tackle, 2 QB hits, and a fumble recovery, all while playing with a club on his left hand. Parsons didn't say what happened to his hand when asked about it during postgame, but he did talk about the fact that he has just 1 sack in his last 5 games, dropping him to 5th in the NFL with 13 total sacks.
I put it like this: it's not as easy as everyone, or I may look, or other guys may look or make it seem. I promise you, sacking the quarterback's not that easy, especially when they're game planning against it and they don't want you to get going. So you might see a lot more play action, boot. I mean, a lot more attempts, and then what timing of the ball's coming out. It's not a lot of drop back or deep developing routes. Everything might be quick, short, and immediate. I could win in 2 seconds, still might not be fast enough. People forget we playing against the league's best. We're not playing against midget football players where we can just throw them out the way and sack the quarterback so fast.
Cowboys sideline reporter Christy Scales is reporting that Parsons has a laceration on his hand that he's protecting. San Antonio's very own Joshua Franco fought Kazuto Ioka to a majority draw on New Year's Eve in Japan, so both fighters retained their 115-pound world titles. This was a unification fight. One judge had Franco winning 115-113, 7 rounds to 5. The other 2 scored at 114-114. Josh is now 18-1-3 with 8 knockouts.
Congrats to him.
Yep.
Not too shabby.
Happy New Year to you, Larry.
Same to you guys.
Thanks.
We'll be right back.
All right, temperatures fall into the 60s after the sun goes down, and by the time the clock strikes midnight, we are in the mid-50s here in San Antonio. Some patchy fog develops as we head into the overnight hours, and then temperatures continue to climb into the upper 70s before our next front early next week.
All right, Courtney, Mia, and Larry are going to take you the rest of the way through 2022. I'm going home. Good night. Happy New Year.
We'll see you at 9.